Hi everyone, thank you for joining today's Solar Prize Round 30 finalist announcement. We're going to get started in just a few moments, but we want to wait another minute or two to give everyone a chance to get logged in. So if you'll just sit tight, we will begin shortly. Thank you. All right, I think we're going to go ahead and get started. Again, welcome everyone to the Solar Prize Round 3 finalist announcement. Thank you so much for joining us today for this exciting event. My name is Jackie Petrie from the National Renewable Energy Laboratory Solar Prize team. Before we get started, I just want to say a few housekeeping items. If you experience any technical difficulties today, please submit your issue via the question panel in the GoToWebinar tool, and we will do our best to help resolve the issue. This presentation is being recorded and will be made available publicly afterward. With that, I'd like to hand things over to Sarah Gomash.
Thanks so much, Jackie. Hello, everyone, and thank you so much for joining us today for the Solar Prize Round 3 finalist announcement. To our teams, while we didn't get to meet each of you in person, we are excited that you were able to join us virtually so we could see the great progress that you've made under these challenging circumstances. Thank you to everyone who's tuned in today. You're really in for a treat. Today we'll hear from a couple of guests because we have not only the one announcement that you were expecting to hear today, but a second special surprise announcement. But before we get to those, I'll start with a brief introduction of the Solar Prize and give you an update on what our Round 3 teams have been up to. Then we'll hear about the role that innovation is playing in the solar industry from a guest speaker, Kristen Ardani of the National Renewable Energy Laboratory. And then finally, the moment that you're all waiting for is for Dr. Becca Jones-Albertis of the U.S. Department of Energy to announce the Round 3 finalists and that special surprise announcement. So stay tuned after that to hear what else Becca has to say. So a quick overview. The American-made Solar Prize was developed to help energize American ingenuity and empower innovators to create groundbreaking solutions to help the solar industry. With this prize structure, innovators are really able to turn their ideas into reality in a matter of months instead of years. And we also give them access to a group of support organizations across the country called the American Made Network. For the Solar Prize specifically, it's a $3 million prize competition designed to inspire and reward innovators to bring their solar ideas to market. At each phase of the competition, participants win progressively larger prizes for making progress on their technology. Since February, we've had 20 semifinalist teams from 11 states competing in the Solar Prize Round 3. Each of these teams has received $50,000 for their solutions to some of the solar industry's toughest challenges. And after learning of their semifinalist status, They got to work further on their technologies in the SET contest. Last week, the SET contest ended with teams uploading videos of a 4-minute pitch to be viewed by our panel of expert reviewers. These pitches are available on our website, and you are welcome to view them as well. So our reviewers really looked at each technology, discussed their viability, the market potential, and the progress these teams have made on their proof of concepts. Yesterday, each of these 20 teams had a one-on-one question and answer session with the expert reviewers to answer any remaining questions about their innovation. And today, we'll find out which 10 teams will become finalists and move on to compete in the final phase of the competition, the GO contest. But before we do that, I'd just like to quickly acknowledge and thank all of our 20 semifinalist teams for everything they've achieved in the past several months of competition. Especially during a time when many businesses shut down and the world seemed to be on hold, you all really persevered and truly found innovative solutions to continue working, including turning your living rooms into test facilities. So on behalf of the whole Solar Prize team, just thank you for your dedication. I'm really proud of the immense work that each one of you has made. And thank you so much for everything you've done in this contest. So now I'd like to introduce today's guest speaker. Here to talk about the impact that innovation has on the solar industry is Kristen Ardani, the sub-program lead for solar analysis and technology to market at the National Renewable Energy Laboratory.
Hi, everyone, and thank you so much for that kind introduction. I'm extremely excited to be part of this event today. Again, my name's Kristen. I lead our solar analysis and tech to market sub-program areas at the National Renewable Energy Lab. And today I just wanted to spend kind of a few minutes talking a little bit about what are some of the more exciting areas of research in solar at NREL, and provide kind of a high-level overview of some market data that really shows the growth in deployment and reduction in prices over time. So with that, I think I'll just dive right in. Like over the past decade, innovation in solar panels has reduced costs, increased manufacturability, and expanded market adoption. At the lab, our research has led to reduced costs and improved reliability and lifetimes of solar modules across many different solar cell areas. So for example, our breakthroughs in the emerging perovskite solar cells area is bringing exciting new technology closer to market, and we hope it will be commercially available in the coming years. On the grid front, in our grid integration research, we've had innovative breakthroughs in solar to grid interaction, leading to improved operability and reduced curtailment. Our solar plus storage research is leading to new understandings of how to optimize the coupling between solar, storage, loads, and the grid. So today is a very exciting time to work in solar energy. So to highlight this market growth with a few key data points, just consider that from 2010 to 2019, annual global PV capacity additions grew from just 17 gigawatts to 115 gigawatts per year. Today in the US, we are the country with the second largest cumulative installed PV capacity, second only to China. And just last year in 2019, the US installed just over 13 gigawatts of PV, leading to a cumulative installed capacity of 76 gigawatts. This growth has been tremendous and over a relatively short period of time. So consider that just about 10 years ago in 2010, PV represented just 4% of new US electric generation capacity. Since 2016, PV has represented approximately 30% of new electric generation capacity, with an estimated 34% in 2019. In just 9 years, it grew from 4% of new additions to 34%. Part of this rapid market growth is being driven by price declines in technologies such as CSI modules and thin films. Consider that just 5 years ago, the US module average selling price for multi-CSI was just 70 cents a watt, compared to now, which is 20 cents a watt. So that is a considerable reduction in a short amount of time, from 70 cents a watt to 20 cents a watt. So today we're here to kind of welcome everyone and highlight the exciting work that you're doing. It's innovative teams like those competing in the prize that are really working to make a huge difference in the solar industry. Through rapid development of new solar energy approaches, these innovators in action are sure to help grow new businesses and sustain American innovation. We're very excited at the lab to see the innovation coming out of the American-made prize teams. We look forward to seeing the potential breakthroughs coming out of your work and how you can help move the solar industry towards an even brighter future. So thank you everyone for joining us today and being a part of this network of solar innovation. Thank you so much.
Thanks so much, Kristen, for those words. I think you really described why the American-made Solar Prize is so important and the exciting opportunities that these teams have kind of moving forward. So speaking of innovation in solar, next we'd like to share a video that shows the work that the Round 3 teams have been doing through the SET contest. And it includes a few messages from the Solar Prize administration team and the power connectors who have supported these teams. So here's the video.
Congratulations, teams. It's great to see the progress and connections you've made. We're excited to have you as a part of the American-made Solar Prize family.
The University of Arizona Center for Innovation in Tech Parks, Arizona would like to congratulate the Round 3 semifinalists.
Congratulations on all the progress you've made over the past few months. The ability to persevere no matter the environment is the sign of a true entrepreneur. You once again have wowed us, and we look forward to continuing to support you and your innovations as you look to make your mark on the solar industry.
I've really enjoyed working with each and every one of you on the voucher component of your submissions. Wishing you nothing but the best, and congrats and good luck, and way to rock it in the middle of a pandemic.
Congratulations to all of the DOE American-Made Solar Prize Round 3 semifinalists. From myself and all of us at Carnegie Mellon University's Scott Institute for Energy Innovation in Pittsburgh. We are so thrilled to be a power connector and a part of your entrepreneurial journey, and special thanks to the folks at NREL. We wish you all the very best.
Hello, Solar Prize Round 3 cohort. I am so proud of all of you for making it to Demo Day. This is a big deal, and thank you so much for all of your hard work. This is really exciting. You all have a chance for some big money here at Demo Day, so good luck to everybody. Thank you so much for working so hard on your prototypes, even through these very difficult times. I really appreciate your work. I wish you all the best of luck, and thank you so much for helping to change the solar industry.
As you guys can see, these teams have really impressed us with their hard work, and I hope that everyone on the line today has had a chance to meet or interact with one of these teams. So now, for the moment you've all been waiting for, I'd like to hand things over to the Director of the U.S. Department of Energy, Solar Energy Technologies Office, Dr. Becca Jones-Albertus, to announce the finalists and another surprise announcement. Thanks, Becca.
Thanks so much, Sarah. And thank you to all of our 20 semifinalist teams for your dedication to advancing the solar industry and your adaptation in these quickly changing circumstances that certainly none of us anticipated. The Solar Energy Technologies Office supports early stage research and development for new technologies that can increase the affordability, the reliability, and the domestic benefit of solar energy. Through programs like the American-Made Solar Prize, we're actively working to spur the next wave of solar manufacturing technology innovations and growth of the U.S. solar manufacturing sector by tapping the nation's competitive spirit and unparalleled innovation ecosystem. In just a few moments, I'll announce the 10 teams who become finalists in this competition. These teams will each be receiving $100,000 in cash prizes and another $75,000 in support vouchers to use in the American-Made Network to support their innovative solar solutions. From here, the finalists will continue advancing their technologies so they can present their prototypes at a final demo day in December. So without further ado, here are our round 3 finalist teams. First, we have Enertronics, from Blacksburg, Virginia, who is developing a high voltage, direct current power optimizer small enough to be built into a module's junction box. Congratulations. Second is Team Infinerel from Santa Cruz, California, who are developing a hardware software system that monitors solar inverters while they're operating to detect component deterioration as well as software control issues. Congratulations, Infinerel. Third, we have Maxed Out Renewables from Livermore, California. This team's developing a cost-effective system that turns a residential solar installation into a microgrid that can keep power on during a grid outage. Congratulations, Maxed Out Renewables. Next, we have Pursuit Solar from Denver, North Carolina. This team's passive solar tracker enables panels to capture more energy without motors, controls, or external power. They use a small concentrating mirror system that can heat paraffin wax, which rotates the panels to track the sun when they're properly positioned. Congratulations. Next, we have Renu Robotics from San Antonio, Texas, who are developing an autonomous electric lawnmower for utility-scale solar power plants that can maintain hundreds of acres a month without human interaction. Congratulations, Renu Robotics. Next, we have Shine Technologies from Portland, Oregon. This team's developing a small, lightweight, low-cost PV system with battery storage that can be stockpiled and deployed for emergency disaster relief. Congratulations, Shine Technologies. Next, we have Tracker Sled from Chicago, Illinois. This team's developing a movable single-axis tracker solar array for farms that can be towed around rotating crop fields on pontoon skis. The array's mobility will help farmers rotate their cash crop and cover crop fields, improving soil health, income, and power generation. Congratulations, Team Tracker Shed. Next, we have Uplift Solar from Las Vegas, Nevada. They are developing a chip that is both a direct current converter as well as an MPPT, max power point tracker, that can be embedded in a module. It will have a microprocessor to enable power line communication to ensure module compliance with code updates. Congratulations, Team Uplift Solar. Next is Verify Energy from Berkeley, California, for developing a self-powered, easily installable cellular data gateway to extract PV plant performance data from commercial and industrial scale PV plants. Congratulations, Verify Energy. And last but certainly not least, we have Watch from Atlanta, Georgia. This team is combining cost-effective hardware with secure, scalable software to deliver insights and increase operational efficiency for commercial and industrial PV plants. Their goal is to develop predictive maintenance schedules that lower downtime, improve remote and automated diagnostics, and better model a plant's lifetime energy yield. Congratulations, Team Watch. Congratulations again to all of our round 3 finalists. I really look forward to seeing what you accomplish at the demo day later this year. And I want to thank all 20 of our teams, semifinalist teams, for participating. To the 10 teams I've not named, please know that you still have access to the American Made Network, which can help you continue your progress developing your innovations. I also want to encourage you to seek out other opportunities to advance your technologies. There are 2 avenues you can explore within our office. The DOE Small Business Innovation Research Program and the Technology Commercialization Fund. If you sign up for our newsletter, as it shows the link below, if you're not already on it, you can stay up to date with application deadlines. And I also want to thank our panel of expert reviewers who reviewed all of our teams at yesterday's demo day: Garrett Nelson, Kathleen Bayreuther, Josh Gould, and Matt Lucas. Thank you so much. You were a critical part of that demo day. We really appreciate your insights and expertise. So now for our surprise announcement. The big news today is we're officially launching round 4 of the American Made Solar Prize. So once again, we're calling all solar innovators who have an idea that can transform the solar industry, including those who have previously competed in the Solar Prize. You're welcome to compete again. Submissions are due October 8th, 2020, and we'll announce the semifinalists in December. So get ready, submit your ideas. We really look forward to seeing them. Thank you and good luck. Back to you, Sarah.
Thanks, Becca, so much for being a part of SET Demo Day and for making these really exciting announcements. First, congratulations to our 10 finalist teams. We're so eager to see your continued progress in this last phase of Solar Prize Round 3. Please be on the lookout for an email from our team with some important next steps. We are also thrilled that Round 4 is officially open to competitors, and we can't wait to see what new ideas come from this next cohort. But before we wrap up SET Demo Day, I have a few quick thank yous. First off, thank you so much to the U.S. Department of Energy for funding this program. Really, none of this is done without you. Thank you to our power connectors, especially Carnegie Mellon University and the University of Arizona's Center for Innovation, both of whom have been really instrumental in preparing our teams and the pitch videos and really helping teams through this process. Thank you to all the connectors in the American Made Network who have helped these Round 3 teams. I know many of you are on the line today. And again, you're just a great resource for these teams. We really appreciate your participation. A huge thanks to our panel of expert reviewers, Garrett Nelson, Kathleen Bayruther, Josh Gould, and Matt Lucas, for their expertise and for helping to select today's finalist teams. And finally, thank you to all of the entrepreneurs, engineers, solar enthusiasts who participated in the Solar Prize Round 3. This prize doesn't happen without the great ideas and really drive and effort from you guys. So thank you for making Round 3 just a great success. So if you weren't selected as a winner today, we highly encourage you to keep innovating and to look for future opportunities to participate in the American Made Challenge program, including checking out Round 4 if you have some new ideas. And then finally, at 2 p.m. Eastern Time today, so I think in about 40 minutes, we'll be sharing the finalist announcement across all of our social media accounts, and we invite you to join us for this social takeover. You can participate by sharing your excitement about the Round 3 finalists and their technologies on social media using the hashtag AmericanSolar. And I think in the chat box here, we'll provide you with a link that you can kind of copy and paste. So super easy on your part, but please, in about 40 minutes, head over to your social media account, use the hashtag AmericanSolar, and share your excitement for these 10 Round 3 finalist teams. You can also follow these Round 3 finalists through the last phase of the prize and learn more about Round 4 at americanmadechallenges.org/solarprize. So that wraps up SET Demo Day. Thank you so much for joining us today. Congrats again to all of our teams, and we look forward to seeing what you guys can do in the rest of Round 3 and look forward to kind of new ideas coming forward in Round 4. Thank you so much.